In today's video, I'm going to show you why the economy and the housing market is bordering on insanity, as you're about to see in this shocking upcoming info. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the U.S. economy, the U.S. real estate market, and specifically the Las Vegas real estate market, then definitely subscribe to the channel down below. Number two, if you happen to like the content in today's video, make sure to press that thumbs up like button, guys. That would really help the channel out. And number three, if you are thinking about relocating to beautiful Las Vegas, whether it's next month or next year, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When that time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. Let's dive into the video. So I want to start off by showing you guys just a small glimpse of what's going on out there in this shocking upcoming 60-second video clip.
Surveys have found that up to 2/3 of Americans feel they're living paycheck to paycheck, including one finding that nearly half consider themselves broke.
Typical American household spends $270 more per month on everyday goods than 1 year ago, and over $1,000 per month more from 3 years ago.
All 50 states require more than a $100,000 annual income, with 38 states needing more than $140,000. The most affordable states, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Kentucky, need between $109,000 and $117,000. The median income for a household of 4 people in each of those states in 2022 was between $71,000 and $87,000. Hawaii, California, and Massachusetts are the most expensive. Each requires an annual income of more than $240,000. The median income for a family of 4 in those 3 states in 2022 fell at least $94,000 short of what's required for the American dream.
Now, none of us need to be economists to realize that this is total insanity. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck while home prices continue to skyrocket. And even worse is that there's a massive disconnect from certain government officials and the media telling us that prices are normalizing, as you can see in this headline right next to me. But the consumer experience is far different, as you're about to see in this shocking graphic coming up. All right, so I want you guys to take a look at this stunning graphic. This is a graphic talking about the McDonald's price increases from the end of the year 2019 to the middle now currently of 2024, just to show you some of the basic items on their menu, to show you what true compounded inflation looks like. So they have 5 items on this menu. So I want to go across them line by line just to show you the kind of percentage increases. So let's start at the top left where it says medium French fries. End of 2019 price, $1.79. Mid 2024 price, $4.19. Over on the right side, percentage increase, 134%. The next item is a McChicken. $1.29 is now $3.89, a 201% increase. So the next item on the list is a Big Mac. It used to be $3.99 at the end of 2019, is now $7.49 for an 87% increase. The next item is a 10 McNuggets. $4.49 used to be the price, now $7.58 for a 68% increase. And the last on the list is the cheeseburger. Used to be $1, is now $3.15 for the biggest percentage increase, 215%. So this is what true compounded inflation looks like from the pre-pandemic time period to the current time period at the most popular fast food chain in the world. This is why when we hear these government reports and the media reports talking about 3% or 5% inflation, they might be talking about that at the current time period, but they don't go over compounded inflation. This has happened with food, as you just saw. This is happening with cars, homes. This is why it's completely ridiculous to believe any of these kind of bogus reports that we're constantly fed by the media. Now, when we drill down specifically into the real estate market, things are equally as bad as you're about to see in this upcoming example. All right, so now I want to drill down more specifically into the real estate market, and I want to show you this mortgage calculator page here, just to show you the total lack of affordability right now just to own the average home. So I want you guys to first take a look on the upper left side here in this small thin box right here. I put a home price in here for $400,000 because that's about the average home price right now in the United States. Right underneath that, it says down payment. I put $40,000 there which is 10%. Now that's just about the average down payment, but just think about that. You have to have $40,000 just in this scenario to put down to get the mortgage payment that you're about to see right there in the middle of that blue circle right there. Some people can put down more, some people could put down less, but just think of how much money you need just for a 10% down payment on the average home. It's $40,000 here in this example. Underneath that, loan term 30 years, and then interest rate 7.5%, because that right now is about the average for the average home borrower right now. If we look right in the middle of the screen here, inside this blue circle, take a look at that number. So let's just stop for a second and look at that number inside that blue circle. $3,000 a month is your total monthly housing cost, and that's with a $40,000 down payment on a $400,000 home that a lot of people don't have just $40,000 lying around. And the old school rule of thumb is, in terms of being able to afford a monthly housing payment like this, you need to be spending no more than about a third of your gross income. So in this scenario, you need to be making around $9,000 to $10,000 a month, which means you need to be making well over six figures to comfortably afford this home, and the average household income is only about $75,000 a year. That's why this real estate market is completely out of whack and why so many average people cannot afford a home anymore. So now here in popular Las Vegas, where I happen to be located, home prices have skyrocketed over the last few years, and sellers and especially investors have been trying to get absurd prices for their homes, and they have been very successful in doing so. But I actually want to show you guys some examples of some massively reduced homes that sold much lower than the list price. Let's take a look at some of those examples right now. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this particular website because here in the Las Vegas area where I happen to be located, there's a lot of new home construction going on, and there's obviously a lot of home builders out here building homes all the time. And one of these large builders is Lennar Homes. Now, they build in 26 different states across the country, but I wanted you to take a look at this particular webpage. In fact, if you look just below my picture, there's a map of the Las Vegas Valley with all of those blue circular markings on it, showing all of the different available homes currently for sale from just the Lennar home builder. And if we go over here to the left side of the screen, right in the top left there in that bold font, it says 158 available homes for sale. Now, if we scroll down just a little bit, I'm not going to go through all of the homes, but you can see a lot of price reductions are on these current available homes for sale. So this one right here in the left, you can see that they have it scratched out there at $667. It's now down to $579. That's almost an $80,000 price reduction. The one here just used to be $1,034,000. It's now down to $959,000. If we scroll down a little bit deeper here, this one was $803,000. It's now $733,000. The one over here was $711,000. It's now $669,000. Again, over here, $782,000, $699,000. This used to be $533,000, and now it's $508,000. And if we keep scrolling down, you can see all of these price reductions on all of these available homes for sale. So again, the reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because here in the Las Vegas area, the amount of Las Vegas homes for sale have been dwindling over the last few years because of insatiable demand. But when we really drill down deeper into the market, especially when it comes to new home construction, not only are there a lot of homes still available for sale, but in this particular case, on this particular website, a lot of these homes now are going through big price reductions, and there's a lot of builder incentives. So again, that just goes to show you that even though inventory is low, there's still a lot of available homes for sale, and the deals are getting better. Again, I of course think that waiting things out, we're only going to see better deals down the line. All right, so now I'm on the popular real estate website Zillow that most of you guys are familiar with. Now, typically what I would do is when I go on Zillow, I show you guys Las Vegas homes for sale at all different price points, starting in the luxury category and then working down closer to the average price point. But a lot of people have been asking me to go back to my previous examples that I showed you guys in videos from a few months ago and find out what the original list price was and then see what the actual closing price was, just to see how much of a discount happened. And that's what I want to do in today's video. I want to show you guys some examples starting in this higher price point and then again working down a little bit lower in price, just to show you what the closing price was compared to the original list price. All right, so let's look at this first one down here in the blue highlight. Down on the left side of that highlighted area, the date says 5/19/2023, and this home was listed for sale originally for $900,000. So that's just a little over a year ago on the original list price of this home. And then what we can do is we can scroll up here. We can see that it got reduced to $888, $874, $849, $834, $800, $780, $765. It was contingent at $765, but it ultimately sold right here at the top, right underneath my picture there, for $755,000. So if we just do a little bit of math, we can see that this home originally listed for $900,000. It sold for $755,000. That's a $145,000 price reduction in just over a year. And the reason why I'm pointing this out to you guys is because there's a tremendous amount of home builders, investors, and sellers that were far too aggressive on their original list price. And when they've gone through a tremendous amount of price reductions because the home was so overpriced to begin with that the closing price is far different than the original list price. All right, so let's look at this second example of a home that was for sale here in the Las Vegas area all the way back in April of 2022. So that's just over 2 years ago that recently closed. Take a look down in the bottom blue highlight. Down on the left side there, it says the date, 4/15/2022. So that's just a little over 2 years ago. This home was originally listed for sale for $820,000. Again, no buyer at that price point, and they went through several price reductions. As we scroll up, you could see $799, $735, $698, stayed at $698 for a while, and then finally there was a pending sale at $698, and then eventually you could see right at the top there, it sold at $685. So let's just rewind the clock a little bit here. On this particular home, just over 2 years ago, this home was originally listed for $820,000. Almost 2 years later, in March of this year, this home finally sold for $685. That's a $135,000 price reduction in almost 2 years that it took to sell this home. And again, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because home builders, sellers, and investors are far too aggressive in overpricing their homes. And again, they're never going to get those homes because they are not true value, and they go through a tremendous amount of price reductions until they finally sell. Now, if it's priced right, homes sell quickly here in Las Vegas, but there are so many examples still of overpricing here. And again, the more patience you have, the better the price points, in my opinion, are going to be, especially on these overpriced homes. All right, so let's take a look at this third and final example of a home that was for sale here in the Las Vegas area that recently closed. I want you to take a look at the blue highlight down here. On the left side of that highlight down there, the date says 6/17/2022. So this is just about 2 years ago exactly when they originally listed this home that you can see here on the right side of the blue highlight for basically $1 million. They were not able to sell it for nearly 2 years because it just recently closed. You can see as we scroll up a little bit here, they did a price reduction to $975, then they went down to $949, then they went down to $825, then they went down to $800, they got to $789, $779, and then finally right here at the top, you could see it sold for $775. So again, I know most people obviously can't afford $1 million home, but regardless if it's $1 million home or a $400,000 home, if a home is not priced properly, it is going to sit on the market. And this home is another perfect example of a home that was not truly valued at $1 million because it took nearly 2 years to sell it, and it sold at $775, which is $125,000 below the list price. So again, if you don't have to buy a home, especially in this overinflated market, this is what I think is going to happen with a lot more homes on the market. We're going to see a lot of price reductions, especially in my opinion, after we get through the election at the end of this year and well into 2025. So I want you to take a look at this expression right next to me. We may not all be in the same boat, but we are all in the same storm. And the reason why I like this expression and why I think it's relevant is because regardless of our economic status, we have all been affected by this economic storm of inflated prices, whether it's food prices, car prices, or home prices. We have all been affected in some way or another. Obviously, some more so than others. But here's the thing. The way to calm these stormy economic waters is for you to curtail your spending on not buying things that you don't need. If we collectively stop spending money, prices across the entire economy will finally start to drop. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video, and that goes to Captain Planet. I'm going to put his comments up here on full screen, which are really pretty shocking, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it. So Captain Planet says, own a small business, not outrageous profits, but net average around $15,000 to $18,000 a month in profit. Household income net around $24,000 and still struggling to pay bills. Not a big spender, by the way. Yes, I'm living in the Golden State. So this is pretty shocking and sad because even though this person lives in a high cost of living state like California, he's netting about close to $300,000 a year and still has trouble paying his bills. That's really pretty shocking. I want to hear from you guys. I want you to drop me a comment down below. I read and respond to all of my comments. Do you think this person is overspending, or do you think this person is really living in a very high cost of living state where you really have no choice but to make at least that kind of income to really be able to survive? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I also hope you appreciate my transparency. You know that I'm always going to keep it 100% real in this channel regarding the economy and the real estate market. So again, guys, for most of you out there, especially those that are struggling, try to curtail your spending. Don't buy things you don't need, especially high-ticket items like homes or cars right now. I know everybody's circumstances are different. I know everybody's economic status is different. If you are thinking about buying a home, make sure you do your due diligence. Don't just bid on what a seller is asking for. Try to find a good deal. If you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas area, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When that time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. I'll see you guys in the next video.